Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Report. I do have a video of tonight's snow. It actually started out as a little sleet and ice pellets when I was in Rockville Center, and this was around a quarter to 8. And then when I got back about an hour later, a little more than an hour later, here in Mineola, yeah, the ground was covered, the roads were covered, and we're going to look at some of the cameras around the area and show you what is going on. But you can see this is what it looked like when I got back. Coming down, very wet type of snow. So let's take a look at some of the cameras here and see, first of all, if it's sticking on the South Shore. Yes, it is sticking there. So they've got the snow. It's sticking there as well. It is snowing. We got about an inch on the ground so far. Probably pick up a few more inches here in Mineola. South Shore probably get less. I see it's coming down out in the Suffolk County. Wow, really coming down over here. Pioneer Drive. Yeah, this is the shot. I love this. And look, you got the pines here too. It's beautiful, man. Everybody's going very slow, so yeah, those pines look beautiful though with the snow on them. Yeah, we got snow falling across Long Island. Excuse me. Look at the radar here, and you can see, yeah, we've got some pretty good bands of snow coming in. This is the line here. You can already see mixing in New Jersey. Looks like they got sleet and freezing rain. It started as ice pellets, but then as the precipitation intensity picked up, we went over to snow. So we'll see if that line is moving. It is inching slowly in our direction, but I still think we'll pick up. On the South Shore, it's probably going to be an inch or two, and then my area is probably 3 inches, and who knows? Central North Shore could see closer to 5 inches. Like I said, that area could get a little more. There's probably already barely anything over in Ocean County. We can take a look at the Seaside Heights camera and see what's going on over there. Are you kidding me? That's impossible. How could there be nothing on the ground? There's nothing there. They got nothing. Oh man. So they missed out on this. They missed out on it. But this is what we got. We got the storm coming in. You can see here. Snow stretching all the way, well up into all of New England there, across the Great Lakes, and again, you get that freezing rain and ice. That's what's going to make things very messy. Now, there's one other thing that we are watching here that has nothing to do with the storm, but there was a 7.6 magnitude earthquake in the Caribbean near the Cayman Islands, and a tsunami issue. Tsunami advisory was issued. This is by the Cayman Islands. This is the same ocean we're in. So right now, we're not under tsunami threat, but this is something to consider. We'll have to watch this closely if you live along the ocean here. Let's look at some of the observations across the area. We're at 32 degrees, winter weather advisory, and you can see the very wet snow type of deal. Light snow falling at Islip and Farmingdale, 30 degrees. So it gets a little colder as you head west. They've got moderate snow, half-mile visibility there. Let's see West Hampton. They've got snow also being reported with half-mile visibility, 32 degrees. So these are really borderline temperatures, but it is enough. It is enough. And still snow being reported at JFK as well. So we're seeing a decent amount of snow falling now, and it's like I said, it's kind of a wet type of snow. Almost get a little bit of rattling, so there may be some mixing with sleet starting shortly. And if we make our way into New Jersey and look at Newark, they're still reporting light snow, but the visibility is not as low. But if we go even further and take a look at some of these other airports here, I got to find Lakehurst is reporting freezing rain. So they're 30, but they've got rain. So they may have to deal with some freezing rain and icing situation there. Hence the winter weather advisory. Winter storm warning off to the north, of course, where there will be more snow and no changeover for them. Looking at the satellite, you can see here is our storm right here. And quite a wrapped up, quite a nice looking storm, although it's not a really major coastal storm or anything. You can see it's pretty big in area. It's covering the Great Lakes and the Northeast, fairly large in area here. And if we look at the weather map here, again, you'll see this massive area of precipitation that we are experiencing right now. So we'll look at our. It's too soon to go through any snowfall reports. But let's go and look at our high and low at Islip. High at 36, low at 23, just 2 degrees below normal. And we are going to pick up more precipitation that was taken before the precipitation started. So let's go look at the models. Just looking at the short-range ones, mainly the HRRR. And you can see that snow in our area there. And we're going to start seeing some mixing as we get toward 11 o'clock. But it may stay snow in Suffolk County. again, North Suffolk County, you might wind up seeing more. But I hear that sleet. It's a very wet, sleety type of snow out there. But it's not going to really, it doesn't really show it changing over to rain. So there may be a little bit of rain at the end. And then as we head into tomorrow, this is the 0 Wednesday, actually, we're looking at. That's fine. That's enough to cover. You'll see that departs, and then we have some breezy conditions. But let's take a look at total snowfall here. See what this is saying here for total snowfall. It's pretty close to what we can expect. So South Shore, maybe a little bit less, but it might wind up being a little bit more depending on how this all works. That's very hard to predict all this stuff. Looking at total accumulated precip for the storm, we will see, again, about a half-inch of liquid equivalent probably for this, which, again, is needed because we are in a drought. And the pattern that we'll talk about tomorrow night should solve most of that drought situation, I hope. So let's go and look at our temperatures, dew points and wind flow, and I'll push this over to the 0Z run for that. Let's go and look at that. So obviously we've got a east wind tonight. The east wind, actually, south wind becomes east, and that actually keeps the temperatures from rising, which is probably why we're not going to see that changeover on Long Island. But the winds go to the northwest, and tomorrow we will have a northwest wind. Not too windy, but it will not be too windy, and it won't be that cold either. You can see that those dew points aren't that low. So it will be kind of slushy tomorrow as this stuff melts, and we'll probably get up into the upper 30s to around 40. And there'll probably be a decent amount of clouds around, too. Let's go and look at that for a moment. So tomorrow, well, maybe toward the afternoon, we might be able to get some sunshine, like after 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So we'll probably melt some of the snow at least, and maybe get to the pines and look at some of this freshly fallen snow on the pines again. You know how much I love that. That would be nice. So let's go and I think that's going to pretty much wrap things up. So again, we're watching the ice threat. We have 2 issues here, and I'm going to look at the briefing again here. Again, this is north of our area, but for our area, we got the winter weather advisory in effect until 11 a.m. All right, and it could be pretty slippery and slushy out there, depending on the temperature. If it gets above freezing, it'll be slushy, but if we're below freezing, it's going to be icy, and that's the thing. And there could be a little bit of icing. It's mainly going to be a little bit more toward the North Shore, but we're seeing freezing rain in Jersey, so you got to be really careful out there if you're driving. Take it slow. It's definitely probably a good idea not to be driving around tonight. Hopefully you're home by now. Again, this is the radar. We still got a decent amount of precipitation here to go here, so it's not over yet. And we still got we're in this thump of snow right now, so we'll continue with this thump of snow for probably the next couple of hours, and then it starts maybe mixing with sleet and some freezing rain, and that's how it's going to end. I don't think we're going to see a full changeover to rain here on Long Island. So that is going to wrap up this Long Island weather report. Again, I got a video of what it looked like out there tonight. Yeah, it looks pretty, but you know where it would be prettier, right? Anyway, good night, and be careful if you are out there.